Are we live? I think we're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to get on here. Just wanted to get on here and do a aluminum melt. What's up, Steve? SRT8. What's up, CU Scrapping? So the other day, I haven't dropped the main video yet, but the other day I modified my ingot maker. Okay. And what you see there is what I came up with on how I'm going to actually hold the ingots so that I can put them on my milling machine. What's up, Jasper? So I got some aluminum over here. I'm going to go ahead and get that stuff melting. It should melt way quicker than that copper I melted last time. And then we'll hang out for a minute while that's melting. And then I'll show you exactly what I did to this ingot maker and what I'm going to do in the future on upcoming ones. Turn my mic. So I got some cardboard in there. And I actually have some borax. Is that even needed? I have some more of those chips. A whole bucket. This calf. What should I put that borax in there with this, or does it even matter? I did get a giant spoon, so we can get all that dirty crap out of there. So let's get this thing fired up and at least start melting. Oh no, there goes my cardboard. Interesting. Yeah, I fired this thing up earlier. Everything seemed to work. As soon as I go live, I feel like this tank. We got a problem with our propane flow. So I don't know what's happening with this thing. I got a full tank. We got plenty of fuel in that tank. And I literally fired it. I test fired this thing a couple minutes ago, and it's already having some type of issues. I'm gonna move the tank like out of the sun. I don't see how that could have a bearing on anything, but it's like almost like it's not. I think that regulator is messed up. My airports. I don't know. It was really weird. Everything was going good until I put that crucible in there. Let me try this again. Man, I think it's thinking, look. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing. I'm going to bring over another tank that has a little bit of fuel. Um, this thing was literally just working fine, and then it stopped. So I hate to diagnose this thing on live, but it's what we got to do for a second. So probably can't tell, but there's definitely something blocking that. Hold on a second. I don't know if that came through the tube or if when I put that cardboard in there, something got backdrafted in there. That definitely seems like it was doing something bad to it. All right, let's try this again. What's up, Richard Stevens? The Killer, Jasper, Lawrence from France. Hopefully we'll get this thing cranked up here in a second. Oh, there we go. Man, that's crazy how one little speck will ruin your whole shit. So, let's see. It's always good to have these on hand. I use these things forever. These are for my cutting torch, but I use them for so much stuff. So, here's the new modified ingot maker. And you're kind of getting a sneak peek because I haven't dropped the video yet of what I did to it. So, basically, I drilled a hole, then I plasma cut some squares out of the bottom, and then I took it on the milling machine and I milled out them pockets down there. They're 1/2 inch deep. And then what I did, I welded another plate to the bottom. And basically all that's doing is giving a recess. Now, unfortunately, we're going to be maxed out on that crucible. We're going to literally have to fill it to the brim. And I know that's probably not a good idea. But to fill this up now that it's taken a good chunk with those pockets, and I probably made those pockets bigger than I have to, but this is just an experiment. I want to kind of see how well that's going to hold in the vise, and then I'll fly cut the top of the ingot. And then I still have to make some custom holders for the side. And I found a way, let me show you. So this was the first big, almost full ingot. And then what happened is it got that, it shrunk. And then the sides, see how the sides are rounded? Okay. We want the top sides to look like the bottom. See how nice and straight and pointed basically they are? That's what we're going for. Now, the only way to get that to happen on the top, to get those perfect sides, is to pour it all the way up and kind of over pour it a little bit. because for me to get what the look that I want, that paint is burning off right now. For me to get the look that I want, I have to mill this down all the way down, one as low as that low spot right there, and then, you know, down as far as I can, like probably all the way down here, take like a 1/4 inch off of this. And I don't want to be cutting that much material out. So we need to get the ingot maker to get those crisp edges as high as possible. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to make a lid for this that has, one, I'm going to make another one. I might even actually mill this one, but I'm going to mill this inner edge so that there's a lip on the outside, and, you know, like a 1/4 inch lip that if I flip this over and bang it on the ground, it's not going to dent this finished edge on the inside. And then what I'm going to do is, man, that thing's really cooking off. I'm going to make a lid that'll sit on this where there'll be a slot in the middle here. I might even make it like a funnel almost to pour into. And then in the corners and in the middle where it's sunk, what I'll do is in the corner, I'll have like little holes almost to where, you know, I'll put a tube in each corner to kind of fill. And that way, when it shrinks and starts sucking down, that stuff sitting on top will push down in there, and we can just pull this off and then mill all the, you know, cut the rest of the stuff off. Now, with these giant pockets I put in the bottom, after I clamp it, I think what I'm going to do is, after I mill everything that I need to mill with those, you know, being held, I'm probably just going to take a sawzall. Eventually, I'm going to have to get a bandsaw in here, and I'll whack them off. Now, this is my plan for the future, is this bottom plate, which is now an inch thick because there's 2 1/2-inch plates welded down there, you know. I have a huge chunk of steel. I think I got a big enough piece to where I can mill the whole bottom plate at a 1-inch thick plate. I can mill, go down in there with the end mill, hog out my recesses, and then put my 45 degrees into the 1-inch thick plate, which will actually hold it better than what I had going on here, because I don't actually know how true this one is. This is kind of just an experiment, but I'll have more to kind of mill to, I guess. So stay tuned for that stuff, because our quest to have the perfect ingot, you know, we're going to get there. And then I just welded a piece of pipe as a handle, and then just to make it look cool, I drilled holes with the milling machine every 1/2 inch, or maybe every inch, or whatever it was. But I love that milling machine, man. Having that thing and just being able to make what you want is really a game changer. So let's see what we have here. Have I ever tried buying transformers from e-waste recycle if they come across loads of them? No. I don't know too many e-waste recyclers down here. Is this mic coming in hot? Yeah, I don't know that many e-waste recyclers. I mean, I only really deal with 2 yards. I tried doing that 3rd yard, but that was just a nightmare, you know, which really sucked, because like today on a Saturday, I went to the steel yard. I would have liked to sell some copper. I could never sell copper on Saturday, because Miami is not open on Saturday where I sell my copper. Let's see what we got here. Oh, if anyone wants to get on here with me and join the stream, email me at projectshopfl@gmail.com. The email is actually in the description of all my videos and the about page. Hold on, I'm just trying to navigate something real quick. Okay. See here. Oh, and I'm really trying to build up my Instagram following. I appreciate all you guys that are already over there. But you know, check out Project Shop Florida. We got 334 followers. And I've been posting a lot of content over there, upcoming things and previews. You'll see previews there. You'll see content that, you know, it's just custom. I might have just shot some stuff, you know, updates, pretty much stuff, you know, you might not see anywhere else. Kind of like what I do at the end of my videos. Most of it will be upcoming stuff. We'll be doing some polls. We'll be doing some giveaways here soon. And where are we at? What's up, Simon from the UK? Merle? Baylor? What's up, buddy? Hey, thanks, Steve, for adding to the Instagram. And I used to have a Facebook group or page or group or one of them other. Harry111, what's up, buddy? Do I ever go to E&H Yard? No, I don't know who that is. Like I said, I mentioned in that video, I found, you know, the yards that pretty much take care of me and do me right years ago, and I've just been dealing with them for 10 years. So, you know, I really don't check out other yards because every time I try another yard, it's a hassle, man. It's crazy, man. You get used to something for so long, and you know, you're used to the people, and then all of a sudden you try to change it up, and then, you know, it always doesn't go that well. Something always aggravates me, and I don't like being aggravated. What's up, Fritz Marlowe from Illinois? Yeah, I like to stick to the good people. You know, the people that I deal with, like, except for TMR, and I only sell steel to TMR, and the only reason I deal with them is they're the closest steel yard. And, you know, I don't make yards are like women. Stick to the one you have. That's funny. Yeah, the steel yard, they're just close, you know, and they have forklifts with the rotator. They have a magnet. They got a claw. They got everything where I don't have to work that hard. That other yard, they had a forklift with a rotator, and I asked them to come out with it, but the guy, like, showed up with a front end loader and had me hand offloading my heavy steel. And, you know, and then the whole thing with the extruded aluminum, and then them giving me a price sheet. You know, don't email me a price sheet with all these great prices on it and then not pay me on any one of them. You know, although they did pay me on the copper the first 2 times I went there because it was the only thing that I was bringing in. There was a ton of it, and I had talked to the guy before, Other scrapper channels bitch about TMR. Yeah, I only sell them my steel. I'll tell you what, they lost my non-ferrous business right out the gate. One time, I my truck was broke or something, and I needed to buy some parts for my truck, and this was like 10 years ago. And so I threw about 200 pounds of number 2 copper from the transformers in the trunk of my car. And I drove over to TMR because they were the closest. I knew I wasn't going to get paid as much as Miami. I just needed some money for some parts. I go there, and the guy tells me, now at the time, cast aluminum was like 50 cents a pound. And I was getting probably $2.50 or $3 a pound for number 2 copper. The guy tells me, "Oh, those are electric motor windings. We only pay 25 cents a pound." I looked at the dude, and when someone tries to like rip me off like that, I have a hard time not slapping the shit out of somebody. You know, um, so I kind of laughed at the dude, and I'm like, "No, man, I could take this anywhere else and get number 2 copper for it." He's like, "No, we only pay." He's like, "We can only pay 25 cents a pound." And that was the one and only time I ever tried selling TMR anything other than steel. So I stick with my people that my non-ferrous place. That's all they are. They don't buy steel. It's only non-ferrous. What's up, scrapping on the fly? Let me check this aluminum. I'm gonna put my safety glasses on and get my other little pair of pliers. Hold on. Okay, that stuff is melting relatively fast. I'm gonna go ahead and get the ingot maker cooking off. Kind of let that thing start preheating. Yeah, so um, yeah, even though Miami is like kind of an hour and a half away from me, I still have customers down there. And greetings from Russia. What's up? Nice NBT. What's up, Frank Daniels? You just woke up from 9 o'clock last night. Dang, dude. You partying hard over there on the West Coast? You leave AL or see you outside overnight? No, no. Um, there might just be some steel out here, stuff I'm not really worried about anyone taking. And what's up, Kenneth? I don't leave copper outside. And there's usually the copper, if there's a lot of copper that I have, it's not in this shop long at all. Like I sell it off really fast because one, I buy it at a certain price, and the market is crazy. Like just the other day, I called and got a price. It was like $4.20 a pound for bright and shiny copper. And she goes, man, you just missed it by one day. Literally the day before, it was $4.40 a pound. It shot up one day and then shot back down overnight. So when I get a lot of copper, I don't want to be messing around, holding on to it, hoping that it might go up. I just get rid of it as fast as possible. Hold on a second. What's that? All right. Someone pulled up. That's the only problem with being out here in the middle of the day, man. People just roll up and I don't know what these people are on. Anyway, back to the copper. Yeah. Like if I buy copper one day at a certain price and it drops 10 cents overnight, you know, on 1,000 pounds of copper, you know, you're going to lose $100. So Jonathan N, greetings from Sweden. What's up, buddy? And I don't even know what that is. What's up? ANS EMIK. Is that your name or just the screen name? So, you know, if I get a couple 100 pounds or 1,000 pounds, I get rid of that shit real quick. So there's never really, I don't sit on copper. I got to flip my stuff as fast as I can. And I don't gamble with the price. You know, if I sit on a lot of copper. What's up, Kretcher from New Orleans? I just checked the COMEX. Copper is $4.80. No, see, COMEX is the copper exchange. You're never going to get paid on that because you have the broker, you know, you have the exporter, you have the scrap yard. So depending on where you sell, you're a couple people. There's a couple people in between. And the closer you get to that $4.80 price, the people like the broker, they might be only working on a penny or a half a cent a pound, but like half a cent a pound, they might be brokered 1,000,000 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Hey, John Daly, what's up? I use that knife all the time, dude. That thing's awesome. But like where I sell to, they sell directly to them. They're shipping right to the mills. So it's like me, them, the mill, and then the mill is making something with it. I don't know if they're just refining it or what they're doing with it, but I'm one step closer to doing that myself. You know, we're going to be stepping up our melting game. Right now, we're just playing with this little Tal Auto thing that they sent me. You know, we'll run it until it's kind of not even worth messing with it no more, which is probably going to be this or the next couple. I might do another copper melt. Oh, and one thing, my electric kiln, last time I tried melting copper in there, I cooked those stators. I remember seeing the copper like glowing, right? It didn't melt, but it did get to that point where it looked like it was about to sweat. And then what I'm thinking is I got a big crucible. I'm thinking I might be able to melt aluminum in there. So maybe later tonight, I'll make a video and see if I can't get that thing to melt aluminum. The only problem with that is that thing takes like 2 hours to come up to temperature. Do you sell steel to King Brothers in Miami? No, I deal with a place called General Metals. There's literally where I sell, there's probably 10 or 15 yards right around them. The whole area is nothing but scrap yards. What's up, Patrick? All right, I'm going to check this aluminum. All right. Got a lot of crap on there. My giant spoon. Oh, look at all this crap. Looking really good in there. Food is awesome. All right. Woo. That aluminum's looking really nice. What's up, Dylan? You work in recycling? Have I thought about making parts with lost foam casting? I don't know. What's lost foam casting? Is that where you have the foam in there and you just pour it and it melts the foam out as you pour it? I want to get into like sand casting, and I'm trying to get like a 3D printer where I could print something. You know, maybe not, you know, an ingot because I got an ingot maker, but I could print a shape and then we can melt it. You know, we can make anything. I worked for a national plumbers merchant for years, and we used to make pennies. Used to make pennies a meter. What is that? Selling our copper tube to plumbers. You used to make your own plumbing pipe? What's up? I don't know. I don't even know your name, but what's up, Poland? Where's Guatemalan boy? I don't know. He's probably working with his uncle or something on Saturday. Yeah, Steve. So we're definitely going to get into more melting stuff because making custom stuff is something I'm really into and something I've been. It's been a goal of mine and a dream of mine for a very long time. You know, ever since I was a kid, you know, I wanted my own shop and I wanted to make something like made in the USA. You know, back in the day, when you had something that said made in the USA on it, it was kind of like, you know, something quality, something special, something, you know, proud to own. Now you get crap that says made in the USA with global parts. So to me, that's a cop out. And obviously they made it somewhere else and they're slapping a sticker on it. Maybe that's what they did. They just, you know, the sticker is probably the only thing made in the USA. You're doing some, Steve, you're doing some foam casting now. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'm just kind of getting into it, you know, with this ingot stuff. But we're gonna, like, I have a goal with these precision ingots. I'm just not making an ingot like just to stack them. I actually have a goal. So when I get to 50K, I want you to have a live stream party. You, Steve, and Guatemalan boy teach scantily clad hookers to reassemble tedious light fixtures. I don't know about that one. That one might get me in trouble. Lots of foam casting videos. Okay, I'll check it out. Get rid of all minimum wage laws. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what the minimum wage is. Made in China. It don't work. Yeah, that's where this Tao Auto thing is made. It's made in China. Pennies are the lowest UK currency. That's how much we made selling it per meter. Okay. Actually, the pennies over here in America, um, when copper went up, the copper value of the penny was more than the actual penny. People were melting it down. See you scrapping. Steve, SRT8 makes awesome foam casting. Okay, I'll check it out for sure. Assembled in the USA is definitely not made in the USA. People get that confused. Yeah, and it really aggravates me because they put the sticker with the big American flag on it, and then the smallest, tiniest print, it'll say assembled in the USA or made in the USA with global parts. Man, it's a whole kind of it's just a cop out to me, man. And people really should, you know, vote with your dollars. Don't buy that crap, man. People need to get back to buying stuff locally and making stuff locally. The end of my videos. What kind of rifle is that? Yeah, that's a Barrett 50 cal. That's not mine. I wish it was, but you can rent that at one of the gun places I go to. What's up, Empire Finds? Hey, brother, how's your week been? Any spoilers from upcoming episodes? Yeah, man, this ingot maker. Actually, the video should be dropping either tonight or tomorrow about the ingot maker. And um, I have some really, we've been making a lot of progress with the stator wrecking machine, the splitter. So there's going to be a lot of those videos coming because we're going to be cranking that out because I'm looking to venture into AC recycling. You hear anything from that guy who got you using the new scrapyard that you gave up on? Did he tell you privately what the deal was? So what happened with that was that guy contacted me on YouTube. Hold on a second. Let me put some more aluminum here. This stuff is melting pretty quick. I got to grab some spacer bars real quick. Hold on. Okay. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Okay. That that powder coating smells like some toxic stuff. I like your made in the USA. It's the same thing in France, built in France with Chinese parts. Yeah, exactly. Um, what is that? Empire Fields. Awesome. Looking forward to all that. Yes, the kit for designing is only $400. Needs to have a license in England, a 5-day course. Kit for what? When we piss off China, and we will one day, the U.S. is going to be in real trouble. Hard to find anything totally made here. Yeah, man, and that's what I'm trying. I'm just trying to do my little part and bring it back, bring manufacturing back. Um, there's no reason we need to be relying on one country for all of our stuff. And I'm talking about like every country, like the guy that said talking about he's from France. Like you should be proud. You should have made in France and be proud of that. Like locally made. Anywhere you are, man, things should be made local. There's no reason that we should be getting garbage from one place. I don't know if you watch Okie Scrapper, but he has a melting setup that drips aluminum into molds. Yeah, I did watch him. I like that guy. I've seen his setup. He uses waste oil, which is something we're going to be getting into. Degas and refrigeration units of the Freon. Oh, okay. The neighbor over here, who's the AC contractor, was telling me that they buy that down here. I actually have the machine. I have one of the machines to suck that down and recover that stuff. So we'll break that out. We'll take a look at that. Hey, Mom, I didn't know you were going live. Glad I caught you. Yeah, I sent out a thing on Facebook or YouTube. We're drinking water with lemon. Good stuff. Got to stay hydrated. Getting hot out here in Florida. Another video. I know you guys probably remember a while back when I pulled all them AC units out of the mansion over there by Mar-a-Lago. I saved 2 massive 5-ton units. So one of them I'm going to put on a cart so that I can have the AC condenser on the outside of the door and then the air handler on the inside, and I'll have like it on a cart, and I'll bring the door down and I'll put something down there to, block it off. But, since the electric's included, I might as well crank up some AC in here, Remember when North Carolina made furniture? Not anymore. No, I don't remember them making anything. Although I'm not, I'm only 40 years old. The trouble with getting stuff made in the USA, UK is that kids are not being steered into manufacturing from school. Yeah, that's a huge problem. When I went to high school, we had metal shop, we had wood shop. Like our school had milling machines, lathes. We literally, the first time I ever melted metal was in high school. That was actually pretty cool. What's up, Marson? Marson, whatever that is. Sorry if I butchered your name, man. I'm kind of retarded. Ready for hurricane season? I mean, I got a couple backup generators and some gasoline over here. I mean, down here in Florida, when we hear hurricane, man, it's like a party. I mean, I don't get too worked up over it. Um, anyway, Marcus, back to the guy with the scrapyard. The guy contacted me, said, "Hey, I see you're selling at TMR. We'd like to buy your scrap." So I'm like, "Great, man, that's fine. Send me some prices." I'm thinking he's looking to buy my steel, and he sent me a whole price list of everything, literally everything that a scrapyard would buy, and the prices were like awesome prices, man. Like better than I get in Miami. And then I asked him, he goes, these at the bottom it said this is full load pricing. So I said, hey, what's full load pricing mean? And it's supposedly anything over like 33,000 pounds or something like that. They pay you for volume. And I'm not on that level right now. I mean, I'm hoping that I can scale up to that. But he goes, we got you approved for those prices. I'm like, man, that's great, man. 30 cents more a pound for copper than I'm getting in Miami. And it's right here in my backyard. And I can sell steel. I can sell everything in one spot. It really did seem like a good deal. And it's really sad that it turned out, the way it did, because I was looking forward to that. Better pricing right here. I still would have probably dealt with Miami a little bit because I've just been dealing with them for years. And when I go down there, it's only right that I sell them stuff. And then everything was fine the first 2 times I went there, except for the fact that they couldn't pay me all the cash. I couldn't get paid in one day. The way I have it set up in Miami, they pay me $1,000 cash. Anything beyond that, I pay $15 extra for them to direct deposit it and have it immediately available. I literally go there, go to the bank, get all my money, and then go buy more stuff. There's no waiting. Yeah, too good to be true. That's what I'm talking about. In England, 1,000 kilograms a ton, you get the best pricing. Yeah. Yeah, the guy was a weasel trying to suck me in with dodgy prices. um, my high school was a trade school. I took welding. Yeah, man, they ain't teaching kids anything of any importance. It's all good to learn about computers and stuff like that, but actually having a skill where um, like skills in general are going away. Like people that tradesmen, people that have anything like that would like a family business that would be passed down. Man, you don't get that stuff no more. So we got more people pulling up over here. Anyway, it wasn't until I went to go sell that dude some aluminum that things started getting shady. And it started out with the guy at the scale. Like, if you don't know the difference between cast aluminum and extruded, man, you need to get yourself off of that scale. And I'm just not doing business with a company that will knowingly buy. They have extruded on their list, but then they're buying it as cast aluminum. They're straight up ripping people off, and I don't do business like that. So, they're not getting none of my business. All right, let me check. Let me get some more in here. This thing's almost ready to pour. Oh yeah. Man, that thing is just about ready. It's literally, I have to fill that thing to the top. I know I shouldn't be doing that, but to fill that mold up, we're gonna have to push that thing to the top. Let's see what we got here. People talk shit about Temu as cheap Chinese crap, but quickly buys from Amazon. I have stuff from Amazon and Temu, and they are exactly the same. Sadly, 9% of what we buy is China. Yeah, those companies. At Temu, they're in my email almost daily, trying to get me to advertise them on my channel and stuff like that. But literally, it's all Chinese stuff. Amazon, even eBay now, it's all. I mean, it's hard to find anything, um, made anywhere other than China. You know, I studied woodworking in high school, and we were making functional furniture and multiple other things. My practice teacher was awesome. Always shouted at students' mistakes, and we learned from that. Yeah, man. The days of getting yelled at, or even, my stepfather, I think, went to a school where, or someone was telling me they had nuns that would smack you across your fingers with rulers. Man, that's what we need. That's the problem nowadays, man. People ain't beating their kids, man. You got to beat your kids. My parents beat me all the time, man. I was bad. I did a lot of dumb shit, and I deserved every smack I got for it. And I'm a better person for it, you know? So, thank my mom for smacking me as a child. Oh, that thing's starting to make funny noises. Check this thing out. I wonder, we might be running out of fluid. We're almost ready to pour anyway. Oh, we were getting, look at that. We are to the brim, man. Oh. Probably pulled out a little too much. I'm trying to throw a couple more pieces in there. That thing is hot. All right. That's going to be the last time, man. That thing is ready. Can I make the other camera bigger for the pour? Oh, yeah. Let's see. When I pour it, I'll put it on full screen. Good idea. What do I do with all the stuff I'm melting? Right now, I'm just kind of learning the process of melting metal. All of the ingots that I melted before this one, I'm going to leave as they are, kind of as like, where I came from. Because you're going to see these, with all the imperfections and everything, and, all the stuff. And then you're going to see the ingots when I'm done, when we get it dialed in. and they're going to be worth. They're going to be something different. It's been 5 years ago since I finished my high school. Did you? Hold on. Let's see. I'm from Czech Republic. That's in Europe. Oh, that's cool. What's up, man? I deal with two EMR yards. They have different prices from each other. Sadly, here in New Orleans area, we have to wait a week to get paid for copper, and it takes longer if they mail it to you. Dag. Yeah, man, the freaking crackheads and thieves kind of screwed it up, man. When I first started recycling, my first year was crazy, man. I was doing so many transformers, right? Like just the volume that I was doing, I was able to pay the two guys that were working for me just off of the steel that I would turn in weekly. I mean, I was literally bringing back 2 to 3 thousand pounds every other day of transformers. And then the thieves started when copper went high. I'll never forget my first time selling copper. It was $1.69 a pound for number two copper. Within a year, it was like $3.60 a pound, and the thieves were on that, man. They changed the law really quick. They literally stole 30 miles of copper wire from I-95 down in Miami. They were just undoing it at the bottom and dragging it out with their vehicles. All right, let's read these real quick, and then I'm going to pour this ingot. He said something about safety. Students ignored that and worked wrong on the lathe. It flung a piece directly into his face shield. Student never broke safety checks anymore. Wow. Yeah, you got to be careful working around machines, man. Like, I've seen some horrible videos of people with lathes and any turning equipment. Do you have any trouble selling ingots? I heard that some scrap yards won't take them. I have no experience myself. So most scrap yards won't take an ingot because they don't know what it is unless they have an X-ray gun. I'm not looking to sell them to the scrap yard. I'm not gonna. First of all, I'm not looking like you're not going to melt this down and get any more money. Like that right there, they would probably buy as cast aluminum. So it would be pointless to waste the fuel, time, and energy to melt the stuff down unless you're selling it like online or have another thing. What's up, Jack? No whipping Oliver. I thought it would be a good short YouTube short. um, let's see. What's up, Adam W? Man, I appreciate the gloves, dude. Oh, I got glasses right here. Bam. Put some shades on. All right. We got our ingot is hot. Our mold is hot. I'm going to pull that crap off the top, and we're going to pour this ingot. Get stuff out. go. Get in there. Oh. Oh, spilled it. Oh. I think even with look how fast that stuff. It was like diamond plate. That might have been the difference. Yeah. Oh, I should have made that even bigger. Well, even with the pockets, that might be the biggest ingot. I can't believe that that was so full. It was literally at the top, man. Um, let's see. John Daly. I'm an old guy, but I had wood and metal shop in 7th grade, junior high. Made my first ashtray. Wow. I think in wood shop I made a box that I used to have my stash in. Yeah. When they built the massive dam in China years ago, yeah, there was a shortage, and the thieves were stealing anything. Yeah, man, they were down here in Florida, man. It was crazy, dude. They were stealing people's ACs in the middle of the night, off of buildings. Um, it did flow under that ramp. I don't think so, man. Those little things. At least I hope it didn't. How long in that shop location? Man, I've been here 2 years and like 3 or 4 months, man. It's it's getting crazy. When I first got into this shop, I was sharing it with my old landlord. I was only paying 2,000 a month. Now I'm paying 5,000. Our original rent, which was 3,600, which was already ridiculous. They've just jacked up every year. You should and could check what to see if it. Yeah, I know. The only reason I filled that crucible as much as I did is because that ingot maker is literally taking all that stuff. Um, hey, man, people leaning on my car. Hey, you guys comfortable? People over there leaning up against my Mercedes, man. People are ignorant, man. I get this all the time out here. Like the neighbor will have people getting their car worked on, and they'll be out here leaning on my car or my truck. Like that's just real ignorant. I wouldn't have to go over there and tell them what to do, but you just stay off my car. What's up from Sweden? Yeah, I got a lot of projects started. Too many. Hence the name Project Shop. There'll never, there'll always be projects. I'll never run out. Oh, I hate wearing sunglasses. I'll tell you what, like getting older, I thought my vision was going bad. Like at nighttime, further down the highway, I'd see like blurry taillights or whatever. And then I was listening to this guy, and he was like, he goes, "Yeah, I do sun gazing." He goes, "I don't wear sunglasses no more." And his vision got better. And I was like, well, it's not going to cost me anything to try. So I stopped wearing sunglasses, and literally my vision got better. So I don't know what these people are doing over there. It's just ballsy for someone just to come over and start leaning up on your car. You know what I'm saying? It's like, pour all that aluminum in a red anthill. Yeah, man, we got some crazy ants down here in South Florida. All right, let me. You think that thing's ready to flip out? You think it dried enough? I don't think we lost anything under there. So with that borax, um, like when do you even need to use the borax? What's up, Robert Luxembourg? Um, I really haven't seen anybody use it. I heard you're supposed to use it. Is that just like for dirty copper? I mean, that aluminum, man, all that. I can't believe how much crap I got out of that. Um, that I spooned off with that spoon. Borax is used on brass. Never touch another man's car or bike. Yeah, exactly, man. People got no respect, dude. I would never do that. Like, just show up somewhere, and start leaning on someone's shit, man. I mean, I know my car's old, but still got a decent paint job on it. It creates a liquid barrier, stopping zinc burning off the brass. Huh. You think I should hit this ingot with the hose? I don't have any what do you call it? I don't have any ice. I'm gonna touch that aluminum, see if it's hot. Not the ingot. I know that's hot. I mean that would have almost. It's still kind of warm, but check it out. It formed to the diamond plate. I'll save that and remelt it. Or I'll keep it as like a reminder not to spill the damn aluminum. That could have almost. I mean, I don't think that would have been enough. I mean, that's a nice little splash there. That would have probably filled me out to the top of my my thing there. That's interesting. Okay. Break out the security system on them. I mean, we always strapped over here. As soon as I said something to them, they moved off my car. There's like 4 people standing over there. 2 of them were leaning against it. I thought you were going to touch the ingot. Nah, man, I ain't that dumb. Mint your own coins. Yeah, I kind of want to do. I actually want to make blanks, and instead of pouring them where they're kind of, you're never going to get really nice defined edges pouring. I want to make a mold that I can use my 100-ton press and stamp them. kind of like they stamp the coins. What's up, James? Nothing else like it on YouTube. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm just gonna grab the hose real quick and hose that thing off, and then dump that thing over. Oh, I'm gonna put that. I should put that crucible back in the thing. Hold on. They're eyeballing my pile of scrap. Ooh, that's hot. It's melting my boot. All right, we ain't got nothing fancy like a big block of ice, like big stack, but we do have a water hose. Wow, look at that. And it's so freaking hot. And I just soaked my gloves. And that water coming off there is so hot. Might be stuck. You know what? I bet that milled pocket at the bottom, because they're perfectly parallel. I think it's going to have to cool down for a minute before it. I'm going to keep letting that water get on there. Should have dumped it out before cooling. It won't even come out of there. I think it's locked into those pockets at the bottom. Those things are I milled it on the milling machine, so they're perfectly square. We'll let that water get down in there and cool it off. I probably should flip that whole thing over. What's up, Super Rashid? Let's see what we got. Yeah, that ingot's kind of stuck in there. That aluminum sheet reminds me of what I did with chocolate. Why'd you spill some chocolate? I can't believe how it flowed out like that, man. We'll probably remelt that. I don't know. It sucks though that would have made the difference of the ingot. Thanks, Empire Finds. Yeah, the oil burner. So that incinerator that I have out there that actually runs off of diesel fuel, and and I think I can get it to very easily run off of um I think I can get it to run off of the waste oil. And one thing I want to do is I actually want to pressurize the oil and have it come out like a what do you call it? Like a fuel injector almost. And then, but we're going to have force induction. Um, but yeah, we're definitely going to be doing something. We're going to make, we're going to mill, yeah, Empire, we're going to mill our own burner. I don't have a bucket of water that's, for whatever reason, all my buckets have holes in them. Yeah, the glove was that glove was actually super hot too. Um, how's the weather in Florida? It's freaking hot, dude. How much do I think it's going to weigh? So this one, I think only weighed 4 pounds. It didn't weigh that much at all. The copper one, let me go get the scale. Um, the copper one was like 10 point something pounds. Here's all of them. So this was my first ingot, aluminum. This was my second ingot, copper. And then this was my third one, and I poured it out here on the slope. I didn't realize how bad the slope was until the ingot came out way smaller on this side. So it's kind of funny. I'll just, these are ones I'm going to keep. And in that same video, I poured this one. This was by far the nicest one yet. And then I poured, y'all see me pour this big copper. This was over 10 pounds. There's so much, even though it's a little smaller, right? See how much smaller that is? So much weight difference there, man. All right, let's see if this thing will pop out of here. And that thing is still hot. Let it cool down. Who knows, man? Maybe that thing is stuck in there. Oh, so speaking of copper, I was up in Daytona recently, and I was on the beach, and this guy walked by, and the crazy thing is, it's crazy how you meet people, right? The guy came up and started talking to me and my girlfriend, and turns out He is the head guy that maintains the copper at the Statue of Liberty. Like, that's his job. And he's a coppersmith. That's what he was telling me. It's weird how, like, we walked down to the beach, and then this guy came up and started talking to us, and he has a lost trade. Like, and he was telling me that he can't find anybody to help him. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to learn. But this guy is like, people that have skills like that are a dying breed. The Statue of Liberty is a gift from France. Yeah. Did you have you guys ever seen the theories that the Statue of Liberty is actually Lucifer? And if you look at pictures, and this is something I found out recently, the Statue of Liberty is actually bound to the earth with a chain. There's a giant chain. It's the statue, but it's literally, there's a chain bounding it to the earth. And if you look at pictures of Lucifer and the Statue of Liberty, they literally look the same. So, what's up, Scrappin' Irish? Next time, use graphite powder. Sprinkle that in the mold before I poured it. What's up, Matt? Watching from Indiana. Wondering how my forklift project was going. It's in the other bay over there. I got a bunch of stuff that got piled into that shop, and it's actually something I've been looking to get back on like real soon. I was trying to get that milling machine up because that thing is going to help me do a lot of stuff, So I've been working on that, but now it's time to change gears over to that forklift because my back is telling me it's time. Okie Scrapper melts aluminum with a waste oil burner. Yeah, I know. He's got a cool setup, man. So I think this aluminum might weigh 5 pounds. Let's see what we got here. Hey, man. Thanks, John, for the $20 super sticker. I really appreciate that, man. Anything helps, or just watching the videos help me a lot, man. Helps me pay for the shop and, keep moving forward. It's getting tough out there. Well, did the statue work in Ghostbusters too? The steel molds like the graphite powder. Again, man, I really appreciate you, John. And also, everybody that's subscribed to my channel, I really do appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that leaves comments, and the couple members that I have. I really appreciate you guys. And that's kind of why I wanted to get on here and thank everybody and just, make some ingots. I'm going to try. What I'm going to do is we're probably going to go live every week and make some ingots. And every week, man, we're going to get better and better at these ingots. This one, actually, the edges came out really nice on this. But this one, I think because the pour wasn't, I got to get better at pouring, So we want to make sure that we don't have things like this. And I think what I'm going to do, like, what I'd really like to do is have those ingots, the mold maker, like, really hot, like almost in another, like, I almost want to take the thing and make something on top that we could put it in there and just keep cooking it. So once it gets poured into the mold, we can actually cook it off some more and tap it and knock out all the crap. Hit the backside with a hammer. Yeah, we might have to do that. Mill the copper to a warhead. Robert Alexander, are you planning to show the granulator shaker table again? Did you end up managing to sell the resultant? Um, yeah. Matter of fact, I've been talking to someone from the YouTube channel who actually has two granulators for sale, small ones. The one I have, the shaft got messed up. The dude that I bought it from did some really shoddy modifications to it that in the long run messed the shaft up. The way this granulator works, it doesn't have like a blade. It's got multiple blades that slide on a shaft, and then the blades were rocking back and forth like this, and it basically wore the shaft down a little bit. So I need to either turn the shaft down and then weld it, and then turn it down on the lathe back to the original size, and then recut the keyway, or just make a whole new shaft, or go buy these two granulators from this guy, but he's up in Georgia. But the granulators are great price. I don't know how big they are, and I think he said they were 480 volts, so I'd have to change the motors on them. But you know, I gotta do kind of like one little project at a time here. Aluminum expansion coefficient is roughly 3 times higher than steel. This results in greater volumetric expansion in the metal upon heating and greater contracted upon cooling. So it should cool and fall out of there. Let me turn it over. It feels really tight. We go get a hammer. That's a 1 inch thick piece of steel in there. So it's probably still warm on that background. I don't know, man. We might have married that thing to that mold. That'll suck. The mold needs to glow before the pour. So I need to get that thing red hot, huh? Okay. Homemade ammunition would be a good project. Yeah, I like that idea. One project at a time? No way. Yeah, we like to get our hands into everything and then just kind of sit back and watch the shit show. Tap it on the concrete. Yeah, maybe what I need to do is let that cool down for a couple minutes and maybe take the torch and heat the metal. Maybe it'll heat the metal up around the aluminum. Put it in my freezer. Yeah, so preheating the mold Empire Fields, that's what I want to do. I want to get them like this one actually, like that side there came out the best, right? I want to get it like as like that's just the mold. Like there's no polishing, no buffing, um, and perfectly flat. That's what I want. We want that type of situation. That way, when I do put it on the milling machine, I only have to take um, I only have to take a little bit off. Um, oh, Steve showed up. Um, maybe I should hit this with the air hammer. Yeah, I think I don't think I got that mold hot enough. So maybe what I'll do is I'll take the torch and heat the center. Maybe it'll expand a little bit to open up that scrap and Irish. You're recovering gold, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna hit this thing with the torch and see what happens. I don't know, man. This thing's pretty stuck. Put it on an angle rather than flat like the earth. Yeah. Put it on an angle where? Yeah, I think what it is that aluminum got down and then machined. Oh, the tiny torch will take forever. Should I break out the big old cutting torch? um, what time we got here? Yeah, we got. I want to kind of cut this off at 2 hours, so we need to do something to get this out. Let me um, let me get a real torch over here. Or my thing is, we're gonna have to light this torch with the other torch. This torch here, I've cut through 3-inch thick steel plate with. This thing's a badass. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to probably put this thing or just let it cool down by itself. You know, when I first melted this one, it didn't want to come out for a while. I came back like an hour later, and it just kind of fell out. So maybe it's still holding on in there. Um, don't cut the mold. Um, yeah, that mold's probably cooked. See you later, Frank. Sorry to hear about your wife, man. Hopefully, everything's okay. Um, yeah, man. Life is precious, dude. You're never guaranteed tomorrow. So enjoy your day. Be kind to people. Um, tell your family you love them. And thank God for every day that we get to enjoy this earth and everything that God's created. Try the hammer now. Okay. We're going to break out the air hammer here in a second, man. Maybe it needs that vibration. Get that handle that hot. Oh. Did we lose audio? I think I pulled the audio. Can you guys hear me? Got to remember to take my earphones off. That sucker is in there. Man, that aluminum got hot again. All right, so man, it's messing up my head. So, what was that stuff called? Graphite. We're gonna have to get some of that stuff. Banging on the concrete. Yeah, I don't want to tear up my concrete. Graphite dust. Okay. We're going to have to get that on the next one. I think I'm just going to have to leave it, you know? What we can do is what we'll do is we'll pour one and I'll have to get some more molds and or use them other molds and we'll pour another one. Why did I put the holes in the mold? Just to make it look different and to keep it cool so it'll cool off a little faster. Welcome to the Stuck Ingot Show. You know, there's always a problem. Every time I try to melt something goes wrong somewhere. I haven't had a smooth pour yet. You know, the copper, I couldn't get it to melt forever. I had problems with the thing. I mean, that thing, there's always problems with the thing, but I would have figured this thing would have came right out. But the very bottom, I mean, it's milled perfectly parallel in there. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have to wait. Set it aside and start a new project. I mean, I could fire that thing back up and we can make, I have that graphite. We can make a little one. Make another one of these. Put it in the freezer. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll have to do. Fortunately. I really want to see how that comes out. So what we're going to have to do here, because we're coming up on 2 hours. Get a Devil's Forge. Yeah, everybody keeps telling me that, but I've looked at them. I see Big Stack using them, but unfortunately, I don't bring anything in my life that has a devil written on it or the name. And I know it's just the name of the thing, but still, I gotta, even that Devil's Forge, I looked at it. It's not as big as what I need. I need something to where I could literally melt like a 5-gallon bucket of copper or more. you know. Oh, thanks, Jay Water, Road Less Wolf. Thanks for the $5. I seen thanks for the $5, man. I really appreciate that. And Steve G5576, thanks for the $10, man. I really appreciate that. You know, let me see if I got a bucket. I'm gonna look for a bucket real quick that doesn't have holes in it, or just one that I can run enough water in that'll hold enough. And let's see if we can't get this out. I'll try and get it out before this video is over. Okay, this bucket has a crack at the bottom, but I think for the most part, you can just let the water run. Yeah, see that? Them holes are actually working really good to dissipate the heat. I can barely touch it up here, but literally right here I can grab it, and down here it's like lukewarm. Oh yeah. Oh man, that bucket's springing a leak everywhere. It's got a hole in the bottom, a crack on the side. Buckets don't last too long around here. We'll let that ride. It's amazing how fast that water got warm. We'll just let that run for a while. And what's up, James from Chicago? Love the channel. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Get a Devil's Forge and you can even melt glass. That would be a cool thing to do. Make a glass ingot. Has anyone done that yet on YouTube? Has anyone seen someone melt glass into an ingot? And how hot would you have to get the glass? Basically, what would you do? Could you just melt sand? You should use a metal bucket. I don't have a metal bucket. Yeah, man, my buckets, you know, they got problems. Glass. Yeah, man, imagine that, dude. Let's make some glass ingots. That'd be cool as shit. The bucket challenge. You can melt scrap glass. I literally have a 55-gallon drum full of glass that I smashed. So no one's seen anyone melt glass. Well, maybe we need to melt some glass. Pray for Trump. Yeah, man, that's a shame what's happening to him. I mean, I live right down the road from him. Literally, if I left here, I could be at his Mar-a-Lago in 5 minutes. Lay down a steel plate on the concrete to bang it on. Okay, I got a big, thick plate back there. Glass melts 1,600 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit? Hey, I know a guy that makes he blows glass. He makes tobacco pipes. No devil's tools. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's the only reason why, as much as I like those forges, I'm not going to get one. I'm going to make my own, and we'll call it something else. 2,900 degrees, dag. So we need some serious stuff. What does steel melt at? Like 3,000. So we're going to be right there on the verge, man. Pouring glass would be cool. Oh, we can't pour glass, huh? We'd probably have to melt it right into the mold. Call it Derek's Forge, made in USA. All right, let's check this thing out. The problem is, like when this got cool, it wiggled around in there a little bit. When this one cooled down, it wiggled. That one's not wiggling. I could melt some gold. Yeah. I got a project that I need to make something out of gold. So we're gonna have to recover some gold off of them computer boards, and I need to make something like ASAP. All right, I'm gonna go grab the air hammer. We're gonna see if we can't put some work to this mold. We got the button. Still feel some warmth on there. We'll let that ride for a couple more minutes. I'm gonna make sure my air compressor's turned on. Oh, hey. Um, Hold on 1 second. My editor just showed up. Got some videos for you guys. Lay the mold on its angled side and start hammering. Art by Adrock did some glass ingots and coins 4 years ago. Sweet, I'll have to check that out. Jason from Mount Bacon Mining. Just use that heat wool that lines the forge. Get enough of that, and you can make a forge of oath any size. So I have this incinerator out there. It has probably cylinders, big steel cylinders like this big around, and fire bricks. What I want to do is take it out, rotate it up and down wise because I can't really do nothing with it horizontal, and just repurpose it. Repurpose the burners. It's got these really badass Beacon burners on it. They got squirrel fans, so it's already forced induction and fuel injected. It's got fuel pumps, and it runs off of diesel. So I could go get some red diesel. I'm whatever I do, I want to try to minimize the cost. So if I can do it with waste oil, I can get waste oil for free all day long. You know, that should work to about 5 gallons of metal. Yeah, that's what I want, man. I want to pour big ingots. Now, 5-gallon bucket of granulated chops, I think weighed like 180 pounds. So I think years ago I stated that once I started melting, that I was literally going to make the biggest ingot on YouTube. So, I mean, this ain't nothing. This 10 pounds, we want 100-pound ingot or more. Something just over the top massive. He broke beer bottles up and cooked the glass in the molds and set them in the kiln. Glad you're still on. Monday. You'll be receiving a canister of graphite powder. Don't buy it. Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate that, dude. We'll definitely be putting it to work. Let me go grab a steel plate real quick. I got something just. I got the right thing, I think. See that? Big old chunk of steel. Wow. I don't know if we're going to get that out of there. Oh, it's definitely coming to the top. Coming. put a glove on. Hold on. The thing is like shocking my hand. Look, coming out. Oh! Yeah, look at that. Finally. Dude, it's got the milling marks on it. Look at that. So, see how precise that is? I'll be able to put that in my, God, nice that looks. Now my vise is going to have somewhere to grab it because you can't grab here. You know, it'll just kind of push out of the vise and damage the side. Let's see. We did get some crap here. And that was probably when I poured it down in there. A piece, it went down into this hole. I watched it. It went down into the hole and then poured out and cooled. I think that's what that is. But I mean, overall, let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see how big it is compared to this one. Did we get any more on it? Hold on. I guess I got to do it this way. It is literally, it is like, they're like exactly the same almost height-wise. I think this one actually might be a little taller. No, it's not. Well, they're literally like the same. So if it wasn't for the pocket, right, and then me spilling this, we would have had a full mold now. So what I'm going to have to do is definitely just let them sit. I mean, that is a tight, see, that's such a precision. That's so precise. It's such a 90. It's so perfect that, you know, it's not like that with the angle where it just needs a little bit of cooling and it will pop out. This is probably going to have to cool down all the way because I beat that mold up. I mean, we beat this thing like it owed us money. Look what happened. I tore up the edge of it, which is no problem. And this is why I wanted to mill down and leave a lip all the way around. So if I had to do something like that, you know, it's not going to be a big deal. But them pockets down in the bottom definitely. Oh, you know what? Wow. So one thing I was concerned about, and I think we had a problem. Yeah, I can almost feel it right here. So because, and this is why this is all trial and error, and I've already thought about this, okay? Since I milled that out, right, and then I welded another piece to the bottom of it, there's actually a gap, and I don't know if you can see it, but in the corner, there's aluminum. There's a strip of aluminum where it looks like when I heated that mold, it might have opened up that gap just enough to let a little bit of aluminum get up underneath there. I could see it here and here. I don't know if this camera, I don't know if this one will show it better. You see that in that corner? Let me see if I can make that bigger. Whoops. In that corner right there is a strip of aluminum. See that? And the same thing right there. That's why it was so hard getting that out, because that aluminum actually got up underneath. Oh, I accidentally unplugged my other camera. Okay. Well, we're done with that one anyway. So what I could do with this one so that I can continue using this one, I could probably take my welder, weld a bead all the way across there, and then run the end mill back in there. And then it'll be, there won't be a gap no more. But I think we're always going to have issues. And I thought about this when I was making. I thought about water getting in there. And even on these corners up in here, like these corners, they're just, I milled that on the milling machine so precise that those corners, they just fit together like that. Okay. And I welded the outsides. There's actually a gap all, wherever the weld halfway through that 1/2 inch plate. So ultimately, which I don't know if I'll be able to do this because that's going to take a huge block of steel. To do, well, I couldn't even get these corners sharp. I wouldn't be able to get precise corners like that. It would be just as sharp as the end mill could be. We'll figure it out. Listen, I'm not discouraged one bit. Overall, I think it came out great. So what if we had to beat the crap out of it? We're going to pour some copper in there. Stay tuned for that. But we definitely learned something. But I'm super stoked. I can grab onto this now, and it did get some. It did kind of go down. You can kind of see the gap there, right? So what we need to do is a couple different things. One, stop that from happening where it's grabbing, because this probably would have popped out of there a while ago. But literally some of that aluminum went under that tiny, tiny gap, just enough to hold it in there. It's not going to take much because that's such a clean, precise cut. Okay. Look at that. I mean, whoever was running that milling machine got that pretty centered in there. Thank God for digital readouts. I'm probably going to take this now. We'll make a video. Maybe I can get it up here soon. And we're going to run this on the milling machine and fly cut the top of this and see if we can't get rid of, at least make the top. Maybe we'll just clean the sides up a little bit. I mean, I think what I'm seeing in here is mostly the imperfections in the metal. So that's another thing we need to do is we need to machine all the surfaces. All of these surfaces need to be machined. Anywhere where the molten metal is going to touch needs to be machined. So this is definitely a learning curve. I'm going to make a list of things we need to do. We're going to put this on the mill and fly cut this. If it wasn't so late in the video, I mean, I don't know. That's another thing I need to do, because when I go live, I hardwire into my computer, the internet. I only got a 50-foot cord. I'm going to get a 100-foot cord. And then we'll wheel this whole apparatus right over to the milling machine, and we'll mill these live. And, so unfortunately, like I'm looking at the corners because I want sharp corners. We have to take that down probably a good 1/8 of an inch, or probably by the time we get to the bottom of that gully, these corners will be cleaned up. And then I need to make a custom jaw, and I want it to look like this. I want it to sit here, right? And then there'll be a gap on this line. I don't want to push on that line. I want it to push up here. So I'll have to mill into the holder, the custom jaws, the 15-degree angle so that it comes over. And I'll probably make them out of aluminum so they're soft. And maybe I'll make one out of aluminum and then one out of copper. So whenever I'm doing whichever metal, it'll it won't transfer like aluminum onto it. So, all right, that's cool. All right, let me see what we got going on here. Say what's up to everybody. Answer any questions, and then we're going to wrap this up. Let's see. I got 5 gifted memberships if you get it out in 5 minutes. Really? I grew up in New Brunswick, John Daly, New Jersey. Jersey in the house. Yeah, that's where I was born. I was born in Atlantic City, and I grew up out in the Pine Barrens. What's his name? The scrapper with the farm, Scrap Farm. He's out in the Pine Barrens. What's up, Copper King Recycling? Jay Water, Rhodes, Les Wolf. Hey, man, thanks for the gifted 5 Project Shop memberships. Honestly, I'm not even sure what that is. So I'll have to look into that. That's awesome, though. I really do appreciate that. You're gifting 5 people memberships? Is that what that is? Oh, you know what we should do? We should weigh this real quick. Let me just go through these questions or read this stuff real quick, and then we'll weigh it. Yeah, we're going to weigh it. I wonder if using air help push the ingot out. Oh, you know what, dude? That's a great idea. So what I could do is drill a hole through here, right? Put a steel plug, one here, and then I could just either I'd have to tap it. That way I can pull the plug out and then put an air fit in, dude. Or maybe I'll have to have a custom air line, 2 rubber hoses. That way I can hit the button one time and just pop it out. That's a great idea, man. See, that's why I love the comments, man. So many great ideas. I should have a pen and a paper here and make a list of what we need to do. One big pocket would release easier than 2 single pockets. Yeah, so here's the deal. This is why I did 2 pockets. And I actually think I could have probably only made these half. That crucible is literally at its max. That's why I spilled it all over. It's like literally at the top. So I knew once I milled these that I wasn't going to be able to fill the mold. So I think, and if I had one pocket like all the way across, it would have just taken up too much material. So I think in the future, when I make it out of the base out of one solid piece, I'm going to try and just mill half of this, just as long as I have something on either end to grab, because you want to grab it nice and tight from both sides. And then I can, if I find it's not holding it enough or it's moving or I'm getting vibration, I can always come back and mill more out of it until I get it right. But I figured I'd start with that, see how that works. And ultimately, when I get a bigger furnace, not having enough space ain't going to be a problem. We're going to get all of the stuff. Don't do that again. What else we got? Why did I put legs on the ingot? That's so I can hold it in a vise and mill it. It wicked in the gap. Yeah. I think when I turned that mold over and heated it on top, it expanded everything enough to let that bite in there a little bit. The gloves solve the problem. Yeah, weld it and mill it again. Yeah, I think that's going to be a solution with this mold. I could just run a bead in there and then just take that end mill back down in there and just clean it back up. And then we won't have that problem. And I'm going to add the air. I'll drill a hole and tap the backside. I think the air would have blew that right out. I don't even think I'd have to weld it. If I put air to that, I think it would pop that right out. It's such a nice, precise fit in there. Take a couple degrees off the pockets. What do you mean? Make them tapered? Well, the whole reason I made them perfect 90 is so I can grab it at the vise. Um, so you're going to be making new mold, yeah. We're gonna mess with this one and get it dialed in, and then we'll like 2 buckets stuck. Yeah, I use air all the time to get buckets out. It works great. What's up from Kansas City? Why not use the hydraulic press then? Oh, if I drill holes in the backside? I guess I could. Yeah, tap bolts. If I tapped it, I could use bolts too. Yeah, that'll work. All right, let me weigh this, and then we're gonna wrap it up. We're going over 2 hours here. Okay, here we go. Oh, it was on kilograms. Oh, just touched my seat. 4.5. Let's see how much this other one weighed. Almost 4.2, 4.18. Now, if we would have not spilled any, we weren't clumsy and made giant plates, we would have 4.7. But I think by the time I cut this and mill it down, we're probably going to shave a pound off of it. I don't know. We'll have to find out. So, on that note, I want to thank everybody for stopping by the stream. Oh shoot, can you hear me? This thing is really finicky. I want to thank everybody for stopping by the stream. I know it was kind of last minute. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. I appreciate all the comments, all the suggestions. I always take them, even if I can't apply them. I always take them and think about them, and I really do appreciate them. Any comment or suggestion, whatever you have, please, feel free to leave it. We're all for that stuff. We're like, many minds, working together can solve problems better than one person, and that's one reason why I like people from other countries, because maybe they do something different than we do here in America. Man, I like everybody's perspective on everything. So I hope you guys like the show. I know, as always, we started out a little rocky, but towards the end, we got ourselves an ingot with some precision milled pockets on the bottom. What else we got here? Yeah, I don't know why them scales came up in in kilograms. So anyway, I really appreciate everybody, the people that donated to the stream. I really appreciate that. all that money literally goes back to making you guys better content and keeping this going. I appreciate all the subscribers, everybody that comments on the main videos, the members on the main channel. And like I said, go help me. I'm trying to build the Instagram, to go check that out. I'm posting content on there daily. You'll see updates. You'll see maybe if I get feeling a little frisky, I might mill this tonight. Maybe you'll see. Go check it out. And as soon as I do it, I'll give an update over there. You'll always see content at the end of my videos that are upcoming, or even stuff that doesn't make it to videos, or content that I just decided to shoot. You never know. So if you're not watching to the end of all my videos, you might be missing out on something you'll never see in another video. So we're all one big family with great ideas. Yeah, man. I love that. I love it. So I got to get over here, get something to eat, and clean this mess up. Every time I do a live stream, it's a whole process. Oh, we lost our mic. Oh man. All right, my mic is having a fit, telling me to cut it off. Thank you for everybody that stopped by. Thank you for everybody that commented, hung out, and we'll see you on the next one.